Now let her rip. It's stupid behavior caught on tape.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised. Everyone makes mistakes, but some people are dumb enough to make them on camera. A moronic muscle man wipes out on the high bar and proves he's really ripped. A dothy daredevil flips over his new ATV. This man might wear the pants in the family, but his new bride wears the teeth. These dumb drivers parked in the wrong place. Now they'll have to hoof it home. Plus, a fed-up farmer makes a big stink down at City Hall. You'll laugh. You'll cry. You'll be glad it's not you. It's stupid behavior. Caught on tape.
Rancher Dave Cannon is a peaceful man, but when the city council vetoed his building permit, he decided to get revenge.
I'm a real nice chap, really, but people keeps coming down the road and picking on me.
So Dave figures he can fight City Hall by going into town and covering their headquarters with cow pies. Soon, Dave reaches his target and begins to fire away. And before long, the pristine building is covered in 8 tons of manure. Having successfully made his mark, the rancher rubs it in by tooting his own horn. There's just one little problem. He sprayed the wrong building. Dave didn't bother to check the address. Now he's the one who's in too deep.
You could see by the look on people's faces that they were wondering why I was there. People thought I was some kind of idiot.
Wonder why. Eventually, police invite Dave to visit their headquarters. And after a jury reviews this tape, Dave's gun-slinging days are over.
Action!
In a bold new move, this reggae singer branches out into rap music.
We need to succeed in this transaction!
While shooting a video for his new song, Take Action, Jamaican pop star Danny John Jules runs into a major obstacle. A tree. Looks like he got a smash hit. This Rasta man is too focused on his close-up to see where he's going. So now, he'll have to hip-hop all the way to the hospital. A bucking bronco competition is saddled with a problem. The cheapskate who organized this event decided to stretch a flimsy piece of string around the ring instead of buying a fence. This angry beast easily breaks through and jumps into the parking lot. Looks like horseshoes aren't lucky for the owners of these cars. Thankfully, the horse wasn't injured. But when the guy responsible for this cut-rate rodeo gets the bill, he'd better be ready to pony up the dough. In Bristol, England, a shoplifter is chased onto the rooftops. Desperate to get away, the suspect keeps police at bay by bombarding them with bricks. A well-meaning tenant sees the fugitive outside her window and tries to talk him down.
I said, come on down, lad. I said, don't be so silly. You can't stay up there. Come on down.
But he has another idea. He thinks shimmying across this phone wire will keep the cops at a distance. But unfortunately, it's only a distance of 3 feet. The added weight of the stolen goods in the burglar's pockets drops him right into police custody. He'd get his one phone call if only the line wasn't down. A young couple prepares to exchange wedding vows. This is the happiest day of their lives, a memory that they will cherish forever. They take sweet sips from a golden chalice. But the bride seems upset by something in the wine. Her front teeth. She remembered something old, something new, and something blue. Maybe she should have borrowed some denture glue. Now the groom really needs a drink. The bride prays that there is no tape in the camera as the minister concludes, "Speak now or forever hold your teeth." At a marlin fishing competition in St. Thomas, all this ship of fools needs to take home the gold is one more big catch. But after a long day of fishing, they're too fatigued to reel in the winner. Worried their prize money will slip away, crew member Jim O'Neill tells the captain to back up the boat so they can pull the fish in faster.
Back it up!
Unfortunately, there's one little problem with Jim's big plan.
Boats aren't made to go backwards. Most of them do dig like that, and it's not something you normally do.
But with their eyes on the prize, they back up anyway. And not long after, the ocean pours in. And so does a 300-pound marlin. And this fish is looking for a fight.
That fish was really mad. It came across and whacked me in the head, knocked me on the other side of the boat.
After Jim regains his sea legs, he has time to reflect.
Well, I learned something on that day, just to be a little bit smarter and just be safe.
Seems the marlin was able to slap some sense into this sailor after all.
Coming up, this musclehead puts the amateur in amateur athletics. Plus, a pushy bank robber thinks he's trapped. Too bad he doesn't notice the doors marked full. And later, this forgetful flyer ignores the first rule of parasailing. Strap yourself in when stupid behavior caught on tape continues.
This gymnast is about to take the gold in stupid behavior. The awkward athlete carefully positions himself in the right spot, psychs himself up, and lets her rip. Perhaps this guy thinks he can sway the judges by showing a little skin. Eventually, the men in tights decide not to leave their teammate hanging, and they come to his rescue. But it's too late. He's already been caught with his pants down. This muscle man thought he'd score big. But the judges thought he was just a big zero. This man claims to have sustained serious injuries on the job and is looking to collect big bucks from his insurance company. Unfortunately, his plan is lamer than he is.
Okay, he's got the door open. He's getting in slowly.
The faker carefully gets into his car, taking great pains not to trip himself up. But little does he know, the private investigator that's filming his every move is going to be the real pain in his neck.
Stand by. His vehicle's the brown Bronco.
The persistent PI follows him home. But this guy is going for a Best Actor award with his crutch in a supporting role. The detective stays on the case, and after a while, the man steps outside. Without his crutch. This deep knee bend makes it clear he's bending the truth. The suspicious con man looks around to make sure no one is watching. Too bad he doesn't notice the guy with the video camera right across the street.
Mobile 1 to Mobile 2, stand by.
He captures this boneheaded blunder on tape. This maneuver is sure to get the careless scammer collared. Moments later, the miraculously cured man saunters outside again, this time hauling 2 heavy suitcases. He's off to the airport for a 2-week vacation. He even hops up into the driver's seat, a spring in his step as he dashes off to Hawaii. But after the cops get this tape, he won't be lying out in the sun. He'll be enjoying a 30-day paid vacation courtesy of the local sheriff. Maybe he'll think twice the next time he wants to rip off his insurance company. After a night in a bar, this man decided to sleep it off in his brand new car. But his anti-theft system is idiot-proof, and he's locked in. The clueless beer guzzler may not know how to operate the door locks, but he's figured out the cup holders. Police arrive when they hear the man honking for help and try to get a handle on the situation.
Hey, is there anything in there about the locking mechanism?
But it's going to take some manual labor to spring this drunken prisoner. Even a Slim Jim can't unlock this car. Finally, a window of opportunity opens. The car owner climbs out. Our hungover hero freshens up to deliver his statement.
Don't drive and drink. That's about it.
Since he wasn't actually driving under the influence, the cops let him go. Perhaps they thought he'd already spent enough time in lockup. A bandit enters a British bank and gives the teller a note demanding money. But instead of handing over the funds, the teller triggers the security shield. Realizing he's not getting the cash, the robber tries to escape. But no matter how hard he pushes the door, it just won't budge. Imprisoned in the lobby, the suspect begins to shout empty threats. The robber paces, unaware that the door is unlocked, and he's only being held captive by his own stupidity. It seems that when push comes to shove, the only four-letter word this foul-mouthed felon doesn't know is pull. A policeman pulls over a suspected drunk driver.
Come on out here for me if you will.
He wants to find out if the fellow in the leather chaps is actually intoxicated.
Give you a couple of voluntary roadside sobriety exercises.
The cop tries to put the leather man through his paces.
5, 6, 7, 8.
But it soon becomes clear this cowboy has spent too much time in the saloon. Suddenly, things take a turn for the worse. These chaps are backless. Even though this man was arrested for drunk driving, he's lucky they didn't book him for possession of crack. In Gorda, Spain, a first-time matador practices his moves. Unfortunately, the bull has already perfected his. When El Toro retreats, the novice bullfighter does the dumbest thing possible. He follows. That turns the quiet creature into a raging bull. The bull-headed hombre tries to stand his ground, but he's no match for this beast. Finally, this amateur wisely decides to quit and leave the bullfighting to the pros.
Up next, an absent-minded parasailer doesn't strap himself in and ends up making quite a splash. Plus, two out-of-control housewives fight to the finish over a parking space. Then later, a wannabe daredevil wipes out on his ATV. And it's a crying shame. When stupid behavior caught on tape returns.
During a routine patrol, a police officer is passed by a speeding driver with a flagrant disregard for the law.
Southbound on South Park Lane at a high rate speed.
It's easy for the cop to play catch-up, because incredibly, she signals before every turn.
We're turning west on Hemlock.
This must be the most polite high-speed chase on record. This courteous fugitive even signals before ripping across this residential lawn. But this race is just getting started.
We're in the alley now, heading north.
It's post time. And they're off. Again. Eventually, the driver signals one last turn into her own driveway. The officer calls it in.
Houses were out on Oakhurst, 1104 Oakhurst.
And moments later, backup arrives. The woman is arrested, signaling an end to her driving career. Miss Manners is going to jail. But she'll probably get out on good behavior. Never let it be said that Jerry Davis won't go out of his way to help a friend. When his pal, the fellow with the broken leg, wants to go parasailing, Jerry and another man volunteer to steady him. When the boat pulls away, the man in the orange trunks wisely lets go. But Jerry foolishly hangs on.
Drop off. What's he doing? Drop off. Let go.
Within seconds, Jerry is flying into the air, and he's way too high to hop off.
Now get up there, Peter. Following me.
Realizing he's in for the long haul, Jerry tries to hang on and enjoy the ride. But there's one little problem. His friend is covered with slippery suntan oil. Jerry loses his grip and plummets 200 feet to the ocean below.
Some people don't even survive with that.
But amazingly, he does survive the fall.
Dumb. What the hell's wrong with you, man? Don't do that again, Jerry.
And what does it feel like to hit the water at 100 miles per hour?
Just bend over and imagine a fire hose. I can't come up with a better scenario than that. Very tough to sit after that.
Doctors examine Jerry and determine the single factor that saved his life.
Got a big butt, so the doctor said that really protects it and pads it. It's the truth.
You gotta say, Jerry has backbone.
Drop off. What is he doing?
And in the end, that's exactly what saved him. On a busy British shopping street, two women go for the same parking space. Julie Brown, in the white car, pulls in first. But the loony lady in red isn't going to give up without a fight. She steps on the gas and tries to push out the white car. But with Julie's foot on the brake, red is just spinning her wheels.
The lady started making gestures and said, "This is my space, and if you don't move out of it, I'll push you out."
Julie figures the foul-mouthed motorist is all talk. But when she heads off to feed the meter, the hothead in red decides to take out her frustration on Julie's car. Julie's son tries to stop her, but the idiotic driver of the red car forces her way into the spot. The nutcase gets the $2 parking space. And all it cost her was a $600 transmission job. Police pull over a suspicious car and wonder what's stashed in the trunk.
You have any trouble with me looking? No.
But this guy must be on something, because he invites the cops to open his trunk, which is filled with marijuana. The police cuff the suspect, lock him in the cruiser's back seat, and prepare to take him in. The man takes a moment to reflect, then calmly, quietly accepts his fate.
Oh, I can't believe it! Oh, no! 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 God, I can't believe it! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! Help me! Help me, God! Help me!
Clearly, this man doesn't realize he's being recorded.
No! Please, no! No, please! Please, no!
Eventually, the crazed suspect gets the cops' attention.
What was that?
You hollered late, you know, on the street, guy.
But he'll have plenty of time to calm down and think about his stupid behavior while he's serving time in the joint.
Oh, no! Please, no!
Have you seen something stupid? Were you smart enough to capture it on tape? Call us at 1-866-7-STUPID or log on to stupidvideo.com and we'll pay you a ridiculous amount of money for your tape. Coming up next, a high school science student learns the hard way that what goes up must come down. Get ready for our most moronic moment when stupid behavior caught on tape continues. "15-year-old Randy Lyon sets up his video camera and prepares to perform a stunt on his new ATV. He wants to show the girls at school how tough he really is. But it turns out Randy's got a sensitive side, too. Thankfully, Randy has no broken bones, no sprains. In fact, hardly even a scratch. The only thing hurt is his pride.
I thought it was kind of embarrassing, but I don't know, anybody else would have cried too, so even though I wasn't really crying.
Eventually, Randy pulls himself together. But when his mother sees the tape, she lays down the law.
The rule is no riding without someone with you, and now we really enforce that rule.
Well, someone ought to tell Randy, because there he goes. Although he disobeys his parents, the young daredevil has learned a valuable lesson from the experience. If he wants girls to flip over him, he's going to have to toughen up.
Enter the OC tomorrow on Fox. Wanda Sykes is warm.
You acting all cocky with your little peanut head.
She's sensitive.
I'm here to cheer you up. You will as soon as that door hits your narrow ass.
And she's moving to a new night.
You want synchronized watches?
No, Negro, this ain't I Spy.
The hit comedy Wanda at Large at 8:30 Fox Friday.
Sometimes comedy isn't pretty. This is one of those times.
I'm gonna let that go, cause I'm fat.
Introducing Louie, a new comedy coming Fridays, Fox Fall.